Hi, everyone. Welcome to Thinking Freely. This was the first full week of the legislative session, and by all accounts, the new class of legislators is energized and fresh-faced and really ready and eager to take on some progressive reforms this year and over the next few years.
This week was a busy week in Annapolis as the committees have formed and they have already started holding hearings on education issues. Some of those issues pertain to early childhood development and education. Some state associations have presented and give briefings to Appropriations Committee as well as the Ways and Means Committee. And we've also seen a report from the School to Prison Pipeline to the Ways and Means Committee.
And now we've been able to identify some of the legislators that we'll be working with. For youth solitary confinement, we'll be working in the House with Delegate Jazz Lewis, and in the Senate with Senator Will Smith. For race-based traffic stops in the House, we'll be working with Delegate Janelle Wilkins, and in the Senate, we'll be working with Senator Jill Carter. For women's pre-release, we will be working with Senator Mary Washington and Delegate Charlotte Crutchfield. For our MPIA bill, we'll be working with Senator Jill Carter and Delegate Eric Barron.
On Friday, the Baltimore City delegation held an Education Day, which ACLU attended and spoke at to reiterate our education priorities for the session. Friday also was the release of the Maryland State budget, and we are following and we'll have some items up to update everyone with that.
You may have also heard about the crime package that Governor Hogan has announced through various press outlets. We haven't seen the actual bill yet, but by all accounts, it seems like another tough on crime package that takes us back to the days of mandatory minimum sentences, enhanced penalties, and the tough on crime policies that really have never made us safer and have just bloated our prisons with disproportionately people of color.
We also had a Education Day in the Baltimore City delegation, and the Curran Commission held its final meeting. They're now going to be creating their final recommendations and sending that to the public, but they're also going to break out into subgroups and really drilling down into the formula to make sure that it is distributed equitably across the state and that the counties that need it the most and the students that really need it the most will get that funding first. So we look forward to following that as that goes forward within the next year. We also look forward to fighting for money for this fiscal 2020 so that students can start to get what they need right away.
This past week, there were also a number of briefings, and these are just informational sessions. They're not about a particular bill, but they're sessions to inform the committees about various issues. The Department of Juvenile Services had a briefing before the Judicial Proceedings Committee, and the Justice Reinvestment Oversight Board had a briefing before the Judicial Proceedings Committee as well. And you can see the videos of those briefings at the Maryland General Assembly website.
Another very important briefing that took place this week happened in the judiciary on the Baltimore City consent decree, where the monitor presented some information and made some striking comments to the committee. Of note, he mentioned that the Baltimore City Police Department is a highly dysfunctional department. He rated the policies, staffing, technology, and accountability measures within the department as poor. He stated, "The culture of corruption must be addressed." On January the 18th, the monitor will be releasing a semi-annual report, which will detail the progress which has been made over the last year.
In the meantime, we want to remind you that on March 4th, we will be having the ACLU Lobby Day here in Annapolis. It will be in the evening hours, so hopefully you can join us, and it will be in the House building in the Prince George's County Delegation Room. Please visit the ACLU of Maryland website for more information. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you in 1 week.